Welcome to the MoneyRx for CRNAs podcast, where you go behind the scenes with host Brett Fellows, CFP, as he explores the unique opportunities and challenges facing certified registered nurse anesthetists along the path to financial independence. In each episode, Brett shares expert insights and actionable advice, equipping you with the tools you need to take control of your financial destiny and retire on your terms. And now, here's your host, Brett Fellows.
Welcome to the MoneyRx for CRNAs podcast. This week, we are kicking off a podcast series, and I am really fired up for it. As you may or may not know, I just published my first book based on the financial planning that I have been doing for the last 2 decades in this industry to help CRNAs. And I call the book MoneyRx for CRNAs, Secrets and Strategies to Maximize Wealth and Retirement. Essentially, over the years, I've seen how financial advice tends to be pretty generic, often falling short of addressing the specific needs of professionals like you. CRNAs face a unique set of financial complexities, from managing income fluctuations, navigating high student loan debt, and ensuring a secure retirement plan, all of which require more than a one-size-fits-all approach. And my passion is providing the kind of tailored financial guidance that's built around the distinct challenges you face. And so I use this framework to help CRNAs pay less in taxes, invest smarter, and retire on their own terms. And this is the framework that we work off of for our CRNA client community. Which, by the way, if you're interested in understanding what it's like as a CRNA to be a client of ours, you can go to our website, oakcapitaladvisor.com, and take a look at our free pre-op assessment page. It's a 45-minute Zoom call where we can get a vision of your goals and financial concerns. And you can see at a very high level how our firm can improvise your finances and help you build, grow, and preserve your wealth. Our new client onboarding kicks off February 3rd unless you're already on the waiting list. But back to the book. Essentially, there are 5 layers that the book falls into. So I think of your financial plan kind of like a cake. Each layer has its own ingredients. And when you add the right ingredients in the right order, layer after layer, you end up with a super sweet, delicious financial plan and a life that you love. So over the next 5 episodes together, we're going to dive each episode into one of the chapters from my book. And the chapters are checking your vitals, aligning money with purpose, purposeful spending, be an owner, not a loner, and let's talk taxes and retirement. Each episode, we're going to walk through that episode's layer or chapter and what's involved, and I'll give you a roadmap to build out that level. And for today's episode, I'm going to introduce you to the book, share a little of my own story, and how I came to focus on financial planning for CRNAs. And throughout this podcast series, I am going to try and throw out a bunch of resources, guides, templates, PDFs, etc. And it's definitely going to be just full of amazing resources to help you build out each of these levels of your own financial plan. So let's go. Now look, I know you're here because you know it's possible to have energy left over for your family and still have confidence in your financial life. And you know what I'm talking about. That dream of earning a big income as a CRNA and controlling your money instead of it controlling you, which is the complete premise of the MoneyRx for CRNAs, Secrets and Strategies to Maximize Wealth and Retirement book. If you're new to MoneyRx for CRNAs, I am so excited that you are here. I'm Brett Fellows, and I started from scratch and have created a 7-figure financial planning practice as a solo advisor, all while working 3.5 days a week and taking off 150 days each year so that I could be more than just a professional. I could be a dad, a husband, a friend, a brother, a son. So I'm here just to walk alongside you and to show you how to do exactly the same thing and to help you take immediate action on the most important strategies for scaling, organizing, and creating less stress and overwhelm in your financial life. We are about to transform how you think about money, one subject, one worksheet, one mindset at a time. It is time to take that one right next step to create the financial life that you've always dreamed about. Okay, so let's dive into the MoneyRx for CRNAs Secrets and Strategies to Maximize Wealth and Retirement book. Basically, what this is as I've been working with clients over the last couple of decades, I've kind of identified a way to start to create a foundation for your financial plan. As I've been working with CRNA clients, I'd say, okay, you want to have this investment in your portfolio, but do you have this other piece over here? Do you have this foundational piece? And what I've found is that while sometimes we want to jump into the sexier or more exciting stuff like an investment portfolio, some planning items feel more exciting and like they're really going to move the needle in creating wealth, and they are. However, if you don't have a good understanding of some of the foundational pieces of a financial plan, we can spend hours and hours and hours talking about the world's greatest stocks to own, or Roth conversions, or tax ideas. But if we miss the mark because we don't have a good idea about what's important about money to you, or what's the emotional baggage you have about money, or how you and your partner communicate about money, well, then we're going to miss. And we're going to have a few fails when it comes to other financial planning topics. So let's just dive in here. Basically, the idea of the MoneyRx for CRNAs, Secrets and Strategies to Maximize Wealth and Retirement book is that as a seasoned CRNA, you've already navigated the unique challenges of your profession. You've spent years mastering your craft, and now it's time to apply that same dedication to your financial future. So my goal with the book is to help you ensure your finances are as strong and well organized as the rest of your professional life. So this book is designed to offer practical solutions that align with your financial realities, thus empowering you to take control of your money and make confident decisions about your future. You're already very familiar with the specific hurdles that come with your career. But let's take a second here and revisit a few key ones that you have likely encountered firsthand. And let's start with student loan debt. Those student loans can linger well into your career, often with high interest rates that add pressure. Things like continuing education costs. Keeping up with certifications isn't just a time commitment, it's also a significant financial investment. Something like disability insurance. Finding the right coverage that reflects the physical demands of your role can be tricky and expensive. And then there's retirement savings. Balancing loan repayments, everyday expenses, and long-term goals like retirement can be a challenge, even if you've already made significant contributions. Work-life balance. Long hours and shift work take a toll on your energy and well-being, which can make financial planning feel like a very low priority. And what about income variability? Whether you're working contracts, shifts, or moving between different geographic areas, fluctuating income can make budgeting unpredictable, which leads to tax obligations. With income from multiple sources or side gigs, Taxes can become increasingly complex as your career progresses. Insurance costs. The costs of liability and health insurance continue to impact your overall financial health no matter how experienced you are. And investment knowledge. Even if you've been investing for years, the world of wealth building can still feel overwhelming without the right guidance. And then there's family financial obligations. Supporting your family, whether it's saving for your kids' college or caring for elderly parents, adds yet another layer to your financial balancing act. And here's the kicker. These challenges don't disappear with experience. In fact, they often become more complex as your career evolves. And what I've found is that my experienced CRNAs feel like they should have it all figured out by now. But the reality is that financial complexity demands fresh insight and specialized strategies. And that's why I wrote this book. For CRNAs like you who are looking to streamline and optimize their financial lives. You deserve to feel as confident and in control of your finances as you do in the operating room. This isn't about starting from scratch. It's about refining what you've already built and ensuring your financial foundation is as solid as your professional success. So let's get started on a journey to making your financial life as smooth and secure as the career you've worked so hard to build. But before we dive in, I'd like to share a little of my own story with you and how I came to focus on financial planning for CRNAs. I've always believed that life is like a series of ripples, and each one is caused by a single stone cast into a pond. Now, some of us are lucky enough to have someone in our lives who creates that first splash, someone whose influence ripples through our families, shaping generations to come. When you take ownership of your financial situation and develop intentional wealth and retirement strategies, you can be that person. You can break the cycle of financial struggle that may have plagued your family for years and set the stage for lasting change. For me, that first stone was my grandfather. He was so much more than just a family member. He was my idol, my mentor, the best man at my wedding, and the steady force who always seemed to have everything under control. Now, growing up, I watched in awe as he built a multi-million-dollar fortune. His multi-generational wealth, with the bulk being what was known as Wachovia Bank stock, created a legacy of wealth that transformed our family's daily lives and guaranteed our future. Thanks to him, we enjoyed the kind of life that frankly many people dream of. Multiple vacation homes, college educations for all of us, and a financial safety net that felt untouchable. It was assumed that his fortune would pass through the generations, thus ensuring our family's security long after he was gone. But then, in what felt like a heartbeat, everything changed. When my grandfather passed away, the security he spent his life building was shaken to its core. The value of the Wachovia stock, once a towering $59.85 a share, plummeted overnight to a shocking $5.80 a share. That's a devastating 90% loss during the banking financial crisis of 2008-2009. Now, my grandmother, who had been left to manage his account, was in shock. The financial safety we had grown up with seemed to vanish overnight, and the ripple effect of that loss was felt deeply throughout our family. Now, conventional wisdom teaches us that if you work hard, invest wisely, and reach a certain level of success, your financial future would be set in stone. But of course, life doesn't always work like that, and our family learned firsthand the painful lesson about not having a financial plan that could roll with life's ups and downs. Around the same time as that Wachovia stock plunge, my own life was taking an unexpected turn. I had started a career in the golf industry, which was driven by a passion for the game, and quickly climbed the ranks to become vice president of a very successful multi-facility golf company. We were riding high, managing several flourishing golf courses, and the timing could not have been better. Tiger Woods had just exploded onto the scene, bringing a surge of excitement to the sport. And so everything seemed to be lining up for us. Business was booming, and we were having a hard time keeping up with the demand. So the future looked brighter than ever. And then, just as quickly as our family fortune took a U-turn, I was thrown a curveball as well. One of our key golf properties was to be sold out from under us. It wasn't my decision, and it wasn't something I could control. The foundation of my thriving business could possibly crumble in an instant, and the emotional and financial impact was profound. I'd poured my heart and soul and personal resources into that business only to watch it unravel before my eyes. How had this happened? First, my grandfather's portfolio, and then my own business. Two significant financial blows, both due to circumstances outside of my control. These experiences left me with tough questions. How could I rebuild? And more importantly, how could I do it in a way that ensured real, lasting security this time around? The rise and fall of my grandfather's fortune was certainly a wake-up call, but the end of my own business felt deeply personal. It forced me to reevaluate everything I thought I knew about building wealth and navigating life's inevitable ups and downs. So my wife and I went through this same comprehensive process I'm about to guide you through, and it gave us the clarity, confidence, and clear timeline to take action. I became so invested in the intricacies of financial planning that I pursued it professionally, eventually becoming a certified financial planner. I realized that my true passion was helping others develop financial strategies that don't just prepare them for life's uncertainties, but also empower them to thrive. It's about ensuring that when life throws its inevitable curveballs, you're not just surviving, you're flourishing. And today, my wife and I enjoy a wonderful life in Charleston, South Carolina, and I feel incredibly blessed for all we have. And I want you to know that wherever you are on this financial journey, that it's never too late. It's not about what's happened in the past, but it is about where you want to end up. So whether you're starting out as a CRNA, or you're a seasoned veteran, or you're close to retirement, you can always improve your financial health by careful planning. Now, I'm sure you're also wondering, why help CRNAs? Well, as a former business owner, I realized I found joy in working with like-minded people who are driven, passionate, and committed to excellence. And when I decided to transition into financial planning, I knew I wanted to use my skills to help a specific group of professionals achieve goals that they might not have realized were within their reach. But finding that perfect niche definitely took some reflection and a little help from an unexpected source. So I took many psychological tests to determine what other career path might align with my strengths and personality. Now, to my surprise, the results indicated that if I wasn't a certified financial planner, I would make an excellent certified registered nurse anesthetist. It was one of those aha moments for me, where everything just clicked into place. My admiration for healthcare professionals was already deeply ingrained, and the idea of working with CRNAs instantly resonated with me. It seemed like a perfect fit. People who are calm under pressure, incredibly skilled, and focused on patient care and precision. Now, this discovery felt even more meaningful because at the very same time, both of my daughters were embarking on their own journeys into the medical field. They had both decided to become nurse practitioners, and one is now considering furthering her career by becoming a CRNA herself. Watching them grow into such compassionate and capable professionals only deepened my appreciation for the work that CRNAs and other advanced practice nurses do. Their ability to change lives is nothing short of inspiring, and I wanted to be part of that journey, offering them financial expertise in the same way they offer their patients medical expertise. And so it all seemed to happen at once. My daughters were beginning their nursing careers, and I was discovering that CRNAs, based on my personality and interests, were the ideal clients for me to work with. And so it felt serendipitous, almost like the universe was nudging me towards this path. And I realized that not only did I have the skills to help them, but I also had the deep personal connection and understanding of the unique pressures they commonly face, both professionally and financially. But what stood out to me was that despite the critical role that CRNAs play in healthcare, there's a very surprising lack of financial resources tailored to their needs. There are often complex compensation structures in place. Whether they're employed full-time, work on contract, or part of specialized practices, navigating their tax brackets, retirement plans, and investment strategies can be confusing, especially when there's so little guidance available specifically for them. Yet CRNAs are some of the smartest and most capable people I have encountered. They thrive on precision and getting things right. So why should their financial planning be any different? And so I saw an opportunity to help them cut through the noise and confusion, creating clear and straightforward financial plans that empower them to feel secure and confident in their futures. So my goal is to ensure that CRNAs, along with their spouses and families, can make informed financial decisions that support their goals and bring peace of mind. I want them to know that managing their wealth doesn't have to be overwhelming or stressful. It can be simple, purposeful, and rewarding. So now I focus on helping CRNAs and their families navigate the complexities of their financial lives with confidence. And by doing so, I feel like I'm not only giving back to a profession I admire, but also honoring the path my daughters have chosen. And in the end, it's about empowering a group of people who dedicate their lives to helping others and ensuring they have the financial security to enjoy the fruits of their hard work. However, I know that for many CRNAs, the financial world can feel just as demanding as their work, if not more so. So if you've ever felt completely drained by the pressures of your job and the added stress of trying to manage your money, you're not alone. Many people in your shoes feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of financial information and decisions they face every day. But here's the thing. You don't need to know everything right away, and you don't have to go through it on your own. In this book, we're going to take a step-by-step approach, walking through the emotions, values, and strategies that will help you take control of your financial future. These conversations are more than just about money. They're about empowerment, clarity, ultimately relief. So whether you're nearing retirement or just starting out, it's essential to feel confident in what your money is doing for you. Feeling prepared and positive about where your money is going makes it much easier to avoid burnout and build a future you can look forward to. When you have a solid financial foundation, everything else in your life just feels a little bit lighter, and that sense of security can be a game changer. And so that is it for today, my friends. I will wrap it up there. That is the introduction to my book, MoneyRx for CRNAs, Systems and Strategies to Maximize Wealth and Retirement. Join me next episode where I'll dive into the first chapter called Checking Your Vitals, where I'll talk about why doing well with money is so much more than just strategy. It's deeply intertwined with our emotions, and whether we realize it or not, We all have strong feelings tied to our financial situation. As a CRNA, you have the unique skill set to create positive relationships with money. And with the right plan in place, you can ensure that your money works for you, not only in retirement, but for generations to come. I hope to see you there, and until then, make it a great day. If you would like a copy of my book, you can buy the physical book directly from Amazon, and there's a link to it in the show notes. If you'd like a free electronic copy, click the Get My Free Copy link in the show notes, and we will happily send you one.
This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions. This podcast does not engage in rendering legal, financial, or other professional services.